What's up? I wanted to take a second to talk about, now that we've kind of maybe hopefully experienced some of the warm up, kind of go in a little deeper about um, kind of the whys of warming up and kind of different strategies for warming up. Um, One of the things I thought was interesting that I learned is the difference between static stretching and dynamic stretching. And I think the common stretching that kind of people do is static stretching, where you get into a position, whatever it is, say this position, and you just hold it, right? And you're just waiting for your body to open up. And this is fantastic stretching. And, I do this every day actually as well. But this is done and most beneficial after your muscles are already warm. And it's not necessarily, from my experience, the best thing to do before an activity, because the idea of warming up is, well, to do that, to warm up your body. You're coming from a place of not really doing anything, kind of a sedentary state, and we're going into big activity. So we want to prepare our body, we want to increase the blood flow, we want to warm the muscles up, literally. And kind of think about it, think of clay. When you first grab it, it's real stiff and you can't really do anything with it. But then after kind of molding it and holding it and, kneading it like dough, it becomes pliable, right? And our muscles work kind of in a similar way. So with dynamic stretching, we're moving our body through ranges of motion gently, but this movement increases the blood flow to the area, and the movement actually elongates the muscles and allows them to strengthen and prepare for greater movement later. So that's pretty much why my warming up is all kind of dynamic movements, gentle dynamic movements to awaken the body. And then after you surf or after you work out or whatever you do, for activity wise, then you want to do some static stretching. Now that the muscles are warm and pliable, that's when you go into these static holds, and you hold for 30, 45 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, if you have the patience for it, and you just stretch that thing open. And then you find that, over time, this flexibility, it stays with you. It's amazing, really. The other thing is that I think I mentioned it briefly in one of the parts of the videos, but from when I warm up, there's no specific count for how long you do any specific movement. And it's really about staying aware and noticing when you feel that opening in your body, in that joint, in that twist. When does that happen? And when you feel that, then it's time, you're ready to move to the next activity. I think of I watch a lot of exercise videos and stuff. I kind of geek out on that stuff. And CrossFit's so gnarly to me. Those athletes are next level. So I notice with CrossFit that before they do all of this extreme stuff that they do, they're back there lifting weights, and you would think, oh, you don't want to tire yourself out, but it's the exact opposite. You got to get that blood flow going, and I think it actually increases the red blood cells in your body, so you can actually absorb more oxygen, bring more oxygen to the muscles. So you really want to get the body moving before you're really going to get your body moving. It's almost like the runner's high. You start running, and at first it's like, oh my gosh, but then after a while, everything is loose, and red blood cells are flowing, and you can just keep going. So that's what you want to do with your surfing. Keep going. And what else? The other thing I wanted to debrief on with warming up is this warm up is taken from lots of different things that I've seen over the years. And like I say, it's evolving, and it's kind of general, but it's also very specific to me. And I think, someone could use this warm up for themselves and be kind of good to go. But it's also important to know where, you may have places or areas of tightness, and kind of find some movements to add in there, remove stuff from what you may have learned from me, and replace movements. And always, if you see something, grab it, but really make it personal, because it's really about, all of our bodies are so different. Like I say, I'm 54 and I skateboarded, BMX, freestyle bike, snowboarding, lots of beach volleyball. I have battered my body, so I have lots of imbalances and things that are, they don't really match the those little skeletons in the anatomy classroom. Things are this. So my warm up really kind of, I can feel it, and I add things in here that kind of help me deal with my own stuff. So find stuff that helps you deal with your own stuff. Okay. Last thing I'll say about warming up is breath. I'll do a whole other video, maybe a couple of videos on breathing, but it's very important to breathe through your nose as much as you can, ideally 100% of the time. We really only need to breathe through our mouth under situations of extreme duress. Otherwise, breathe through our nose. As far as a warm-up goes, this will hold the heat, literally hold the heat in our bodies, and help warm up faster. Breathing through our mouth literally sends the heat right out of our body. So breathe through your nose, stay warm. Yeah, I guess that's it for right now. I just love surfing, and I love talking about things that are about surfing, Anyway, all right. Hopefully you find some of this useful, and maybe I'll see you in the water. Surf's up. Later.